Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So I recently purchased this 2022 Harley Davidson Lowrider ST, and as I'm starting to put miles on it, I'm starting to formulate some first impressions and opinions about the motorcycle. Some things I would change, some things I wouldn't, and I wanted to share with you guys, so let's talk about it. You know, I've always been a fan of the Lowrider S. In previous years, I've been able to ride one and demo them from time to time. Such a great motorcycle. So it really was a natural progression for me when Harley Davidson released the Lowrider ST. I really love this motorcycle. Hey everyone, my name is Ty and welcome back to the channel. I appreciate your time today. Thank you very much for joining me. So if you're new to the channel, I recently purchased this Harley Davidson 22 Lowrider ST from White Lightning here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And so far, it's been a fantastic motorcycle. So far, I've only put 130-ish miles on it at this point, and I'm starting to, well, develop some opinions and first impressions, let's say. Maybe that's a better term. Starting to develop some first impressions that I wanted to share with you guys and potentially get your feedback. So let's go ahead and get right to it. If you own a motorcycle, one of the reasons you probably chose that motorcycle is you looked at it and you said, man, that bike looks sharp. And that's one of the things that draws our eyes to motorcycles, you know, how they look. And so let's first and foremost talk about the look of this motorcycle. Now, I don't know what you guys think about it, but this fairing, man, it's just so cool. I love it because it's a fantastic blend of modern and old school. You know, it really blocks the wind. The functionality of it is outstanding. I mean, I just can't say that enough. I was so incredibly surprised by it. But the fairing just looks awesome, and that is probably the main thing that I really do like about this motorcycle for sure. So what do you guys think about the clamshell bags that are on the back of this motorcycle? From what I have seen and heard people talk about them and read what people have to say, it's one of those things you either love them or hate them, you know? And I get it. It's not for everybody, that's for sure. There's a big difference between the saddlebags that are on something like a Street Glide or a Road Glide, for example, versus the clamshell bags that are on the Lowrider ST. Now, I like them. One of the reasons that I do like them, again, is because this motorcycle is so much different than my Street Glide, you know, and I like that. I like that variety. Also, something else that a lot of people complain about is the unevenness of the bags. And I get that, you know, I've got a little bit of OCD going on myself from time to time, so I understand. I do understand. Yes, I just made a big circle, so I need to head back home. So I do understand what you're talking about there, but it just doesn't bother me. And I guess Harley had to engineer it that way because of the exhaust. So I get their reasoning behind it, but you know, it doesn't bother me. But if it does you, you know, whatever, it's cool. All right, let's talk about the comfort of this motorcycle. And first, let's start with the seat. I will tell you this, the stock seat on this is really comfortable. Actually, it's surprisingly comfortable. It feels like it's got a lot of cushion in it. You know, it does. And it's got like a small little dip in it, in the back of it, where I can almost kind of press down if my back gets a little sore. Now, for a stock seat, again, it's probably one of the more comfortable that I've sat on a Harley. Now, here's the question. Am I going to be getting rid of the stock seat? Of course, I'm going to be getting rid of the stock seat. I just don't know what I want. I don't know really what brands are out there. There's a lot of research into that I have to go. So I'll tell you what, guys, if you have a seat that you recommend, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what seat it is and why you recommend it. That's what I really would like your help with. So thanks in advance. let's also take a moment and discuss the stock handlebars. Now, nothing against Harley on this, but the stock bars, I know they have to do kind of a one-size-fits-all for most people. I'll go ahead and say this. I'm 5'9", and I am really going to need these bars pulled up and back probably as quick as possible. It's not an uncomfortable ride, but I really need this one dialed in for me. You know, with me, I like to keep my shoulders as comfortable as possible, and really my arms up a little bit higher than what they are. I kind of feel like that my arms are sloping down a little bit, and I just need them level with my shoulders. That's the most comfortable riding position for me. Also, in that topic of comfort, let's go over the controls, the foot controls of this motorcycle. You know, I think it's very comfortable. I've been on some motorcycles that have mid controls and I can't stand them, and some that are just fine. Now, with me, especially with the motorcycle that I traded in on this one, the Sportster S, it had forwards and this one doesn't. So it did take me a few minutes to get accustomed to a different seating position, but this feels a lot more natural to me than, you know, having my feet sticking way far out on forwards. So no problems there whatsoever. Like I said, it feels like a normal, natural seating position for the most part. No complaints there. So am I going to put forwards on this motorcycle? Probably not. I think I like it just the way it is. I love this little gauge. I'm not sure what the proper terminology is with Harley on it, but I think it is fantastic. And one of the reasons I like it so much is it's so different from a lot of the products that Harley puts out there. You know, I've got a Street Glide, and I like the infotainment that it has. I like the analog gauges that it has. I can do, you know, everything that I want to on that one. If I want it in digital, I can do digital. If I want to look at the analog gauges, I can do that as well. And with this motorcycle, it's just different, and I really, really like it. It's lit up really easy in the daytime, in the sunshine. It's easy to read. I can see my speed, my gear, how much gas I have, my mileage, everything for the most part that I need at a quick glance for a day's ride. One of the things that a lot of people seem to want to know and ask questions about is, how does the Lowrider ST run with that 117 in it? And this was a sticking point for me when it came to this motorcycle. This was a concern, and here's why. Because my Street Glide has the 117 in it, right? It's the exact same engine. So I did go back and forth quite a bit. You know, do I really want to invest in another motorcycle that has the same exact engine? And do I really want two motorcycles that have a 117? Well, after riding this one for a little while, I can tell you this: it's like two totally different motorcycles. And that's just the weight difference, the fairing, just the overall balance of this motorcycle. You factor those things in. If it's got the same engine or not, I don't really care at this point. It is two totally different motorcycles. I think Harley did a fantastic job with that, because man, I'm telling you, with this 117, you get on it and it will take off. So what do you guys think? Those are some of my first thoughts and impressions, 130-ish miles in on this motorcycle. So what do you guys say that we do this one again when I get to that 3-month mark, and we can see what I think and what you guys think as well. I'll tell you what, if you would subscribe and like this video, that would be awesome. I hope you guys have an excellent day, and we'll talk to you again soon.